We've reached the final lesson of this unit, combinations with probability. So to begin with, we're going to go over some repeat and review on combinations. We're going to step it up a notch, and then after that we're going to see how probability plays into this combinations factor, and we're going to end it with examples, a lot of examples. So here, let's begin. How many different ways are there to buy 3 novels and 2 nonfiction books if there are 10 novels and 6 nonfiction books to choose from? Reading the sentence, we notice that we have 2 things that we want to choose. We have a group of novels and we have a group of nonfiction books. So out of the novels, we want 3 novels. And then out of the nonfiction books, we want 2 nonfiction books. Now, the difference is that here we have 10 novels and we have 6 nonfiction books. So just saying that we want 3 would be inaccurate here. We want 3, we want to choose 3 out of 10 here for the novels. And here we want to choose 2 nonfiction books from 6 right here. Here we're trying to find how many different ways in which we can do this, and that's we can find that out by getting a combination of novels, getting the combination for nonfiction books, and now due to the multiplication rule, to get the total possible ways, we just get the product of these. So before we get the product, let's simplify each combination, beginning with this one, 10 choose 3. So here we get 10 factorial all over 3 factorial multiplied by 10 minus 3 factorial. And now we get 10 factorial over 3 factorial, 10 minus 3 is 7 factorial. I'm going to expand the 10 factorial all the way down to 7 factorial, so I can cancel it out with the 7 factorial in the denominator. So here I get 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 factorial over 3 factorial times 7 factorial. So these 7 factorials are going to cancel out. And now I get 10 times 9 times 8, which is 720. And then 3 factorial is the same thing as 3 times 2 times 1. But 3 times 2 times 1 is just 6. So 720 divided by 6 is going to give me 120. So I have 120 novels. That's the different ways in which I can choose 3 out of 10. Now we have to do the same for the nonfiction. So we gotta calculate 6 choose 2. So here I get 6 factorial all over 2 factorial times 6 minus 2 factorial. So we get 6 factorial over 2 factorial. 6 minus 2 is 4. And we get 4 factorial. We're going to expand the 6 all the way down to 4 factorial. So 6 times 5 times 4 factorial. So we get 2 factorial times 4 factorial in the denominator. But the 4 factorials are going to cancel out. So then we get 6 times 5 in the numerator, which is 30. And then 2 factorial is just 2 times 1, but 2 times 1 is just 2, and 30 over 2 is 15. So 6 choose 2, that's 15 possible combinations. So to get all the different ways in which I can get novels and nonfiction books, I'm going to have to multiply 120 times 15, and that's going to yield, and we get a total of 1,800. So that's the possible ways in which we can choose 3 novels out of 10 and 2 nonfiction books out of 6. So let's try one more example before you try them on your own. Part B. How many different ways can a group select to watch 2 musicals, 3 dramas, and 4 thrillers from 11 musicals, 8 dramas, and 7 thrillers? So here we have musicals, dramas, and thrillers. So let's begin by counting the possible ways to get musicals. So here we want to watch 2 musicals out of, how many musicals are there? Out of 11. So we want to get 11 choose 2. For the dramas, we want to get 3 dramas. We want to choose 3 dramas out of 8. So here the possible ways in which we can choose dramas is, well, A choose 3. And then lastly, for thrillers, we want 4 thrillers from a set of 7. So the possible ways in which that can happen is in 7 choose 4 ways. And now we're gonna calculate each one individually, and after we do that, we're gonna get the product of these 3 results, and that's gonna give us the total, or all of the different ways in which we can select 11 choose 2 musicals, 8 choose 3 dramas, 7 choose 4 thrillers altogether. So let's begin with 11 choose 2, and here let me just write the formula just in case you still haven't memorized it yet. So k factorial over n minus k factorial, that's my skeleton. So let's begin with 11 choose 2. So here I have 11 choose 2, and that's going to equal 11 factorial all over 2 factorial, and 11 minus 2 factorial, we get 11 factorial over 2 factorial. 11 minus 2 is 9 factorial. So we're going to expand 11 factorial all the way down to 9 factorial. So we're going to get 2 factorial times 9 factorial in the denominator, but the 9 factorials are going to cancel out. 11 times 10 is going to give us 110. So we get 110 on the numerator, and then 2 factorial is 2 times 1, but 2 times 1 is just 2, and 110 divided by 2 is 55. So the possible ways of getting 2 musicals out of 11 is going to be 55. So now let's get dramas, which is 8 choose 3. So for 8 choose 3, we're going to have 8 factorial all over 3 factorial, 8 minus 3 factorial. That's going to equal 8 factorial over 3 factorial. 8 minus 3 is 5 factorial. We're going to expand 8 until we get down to 5 factorial. And that's going to cancel out the 5 factorial from the numerator and the denominator. So let's cross these out. We get 8 times 7 times 6, and that's going to give us a total of 336. And then 3 factorial is the same thing as 3 times 2 times 1. So 3 times 2 times 1 is just 6, and then 336 divided by 6 is going to give us 56. So that's the number of ways, and we can get 3 dramas out of 8. So 56. Let's do this final one, 7 choose 4. So 7 choose 4 is going to be 7 factorial over 4 factorial, 7 minus 4 factorial. So we get 7 factorial, 4 factorial, 7 minus 4 is 3 factorial. So we expand 7 until we get down to 6. So 7 times 6 times 5 times, until we get down to 4 factorial. The 4 factorials will cancel out, and we're going to get 7 times 6 times 5 in the numerator, and that gives us a total of 210. 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1, but then that's just 6. So 210 divided by 6 gives us 35. So we have 35 combinations here, or 7 choose 4 ways here. And now to get all the different ways in which we can get 2 musicals, 3 dramas, and 4 thrillers from 11 musicals, 8 dramas, and 7 thrillers, all we gotta do is get the product of these because of the fundamental counting principle. So 55 times 56 times 35 is going to give us a total of 107,800. Alright, so try these out, and then I'll see you in the next video.